Hello, I'm Lauren Hayes for Kalkine Media, and welcome to another edition of Executive Corner Expert Talks. Today, I'm speaking with Executive Chairperson of Vertex Minerals, Mr. Roger Jackson. Vertex Minerals is an ASX-listed gold explorer committed to developing the next generation of multi-million ounce gold deposits in the New South Wales and Western Australian goldfields. Welcome back, Roger. Firstly, could you give us a quick overview of Vertex Minerals' Hill End gold projects?
Well, thanks, Lauren, for that introduction. And yes, our Hill End project is our flagship project for Vertex. Hill End is located not far out of Sydney. It's a 3-hour drive, and it's about only 40 kilometres from Cadia. Cadia Ridgeway Gold Mine is the largest gold mine in Australia, owned by Newmont, and we're in the famous Lachlan Fold Belt, which runs from down low in Victoria through mines like Fosterville and, as I said, Cadia and all those big gold plays through New South Wales, and we form part of that. Our deposit is an anticline that runs some 24 kilometres, and it's a significant gold precinct, given we've just worked on a LiDAR project to find that there's over 3,650 old workings. Further, it's probably been one of the highest grade goldfields in Australia, given that the Hawkins Hill mine, which is just above our Reward, where we're going to be mining at Reward, is a 435,000 ounce mined deposit at an amazing 309 grams per tonne. That's 10 ounces a tonne. So this is an amazing gold precinct. And by the way, the largest piece of gold or reef gold ever pulled out of the ground has come from Hill End. This is globally, and it's 286 kilograms, the Halterman nugget. So this is gold country, and we're really excited about the Reward gold mine.
It is a big nugget indeed. Well, what makes Hill End a prime location for mine development, and how does it align with Vertex Minerals' overarching goals?
Okay, look, we've got a number of factors why this is steps ahead of many other gold or aspiring gold producers. One is that we're already on mining leases. Some of these mining leases go back hundreds of years, but they're there in fully permitted, and so therefore we can have an immediate start. When we already have a number of pieces of infrastructure in place, including tailings dam. Not that we're using a tailings dam, we dry stack. We have a gold plant which we're refurbishing to a bigger plant. There's already water, power, and there's already an adit to the Reward mine. So there's underground infrastructure, and we have a number of other pieces of infrastructures there. So we're already prepped up. And also the Hill End community is a mining community. It's been mining, a mining town for 150 odd years, and we are sort of in a very simple mining. We're going to be doing a very simple mining process using gravity only. So we're well ahead of everyone else. This is a very simple and very environmentally friendly project.
Right. And your company has recently acquired a Gecko Gold gravity processing plant. Would you like to elaborate on this development?
Yeah, sure. We purchased this plant because it was an opportune buy. Given it's a gravity gold plant that was in a company that is closed up, and it's a Gecko plant. It was in very, very good order. We've gone down and done a number of audits on it, and it pretty well matches exactly what we want to do. We want to recover gravity gold, and we want to do it as cheap as possible with the lowest capex. We're going to have a bit of a few additions to it, so it really perfects it, and we're bringing it up to almost 120,000 tonnes per annum throughput on an annualised basis. So it's a bit bigger than the one that we have now, but 3 times bigger, and it'll be very efficient. It'll only be two people running it. There's a lot of technology around how it's run. It's fully automated, and it will be a very, very good fit for what we're planning to do, given we're planning to start mining the Reward Gold Mine later this year.
And what are the next steps at the Reward Gold Mine after a successful pre-feasibility study?
Okay, so we have put out a pre-feasibility study, but since we purchased this plant, clearly there's a few things that will change. One is that there will be a lower capex involved with the buying this plant from what our previous plans were, and that also affects our IRR, it affects the NPV, and it affects the cash flow. So we'll be re-releasing a pre-feasibility study very shortly, actually, and that will have the new financial model in there. And so that's the first step. The next step is that Gecko will be undertaking a refurbishment of this plant, and ultimately we will be moving the plant from down in Victoria up to Hill End. That will be put into place on site where we already have a lot of infrastructure, including our crib rooms and change rooms and workshops, and even our gold room will be still utilised, and that will be probably a process that'll take 3 to 4 months. Following or during that period of time, we plan to start developing the underground, and that does take some time. That takes 10 months. We're opening the adit out. We're going to be utilising larger equipment, jumbos, and loaders, not handheld gear. So it's a bigger mining operation than was previously trialled. And we're going to also, once the plant is being commissioned, we do have some stockpiles of some material that we trialled processing in November, December, and we'll start processing that material up until we start bringing out the high-grade gold out of the Reward mine, which has a resource of some 420,000 ounces, 420,000 tonnes at 16.7 grams. So this is a high-grade gold mine, and that's what's happening over the next few months.
And how does the company balance exploration efforts with careful environmental management?
Okay, so look, one of the things that we're blessed with, and look, we will be one of the lowest environmental impact gold mines in Australia, I believe. One thing that we're blessed with is that the gold at Hill End is coarse grain gold. We don't have it mixed with any other sulfide. So there's no chalcopyrite, there's no pyrite, there's no arsenopyrite. This is just either gold or quartz. So that means we don't need to use cyanide. We don't need to use any chemicals whatsoever. We only use water. We refine that water. Sorry, we reuse that water because there is no metals in it. Means that the water's nice and clean. We just decant it and it comes back again. We also, as I mentioned before, our tails are not really tails. We call it we call it sand stack pile, because all we have is just pure sand. In fact, it's probably a saleable product if we're sort of somewhat a bit closer to Sydney, but it is just a pure sand tails material. And further to that, we have a very nice gold quality. It's 23 fine, where 24 is pure gold. So it's very easy to produce into a gold bar, and we do that on site. Further, we aim also to be looking at doing some, and this will be in the future, but because it's a very, very low power consumption to extract this gold, we only need to crush down to sort of 600 micron, which, technically that's amazing. I mean, normally it's sort of around about 100 micron. So we don't use a lot of power. So ultimately we can probably run this plant on renewable energy, solar and the like. So this is an amazing story. When we're doing exploration, same story. We're really got a very low impact, and it's probably one of Australia's lowest impact gold mines.
And lastly, Roger, where will the company's strategic focus lie in 2024?
Look, clearly that is just taking this mine through to production. One of the things that we've always understood is that our easiest way to explore is from underground, given the topography of where we're at, and given this is high grade and nuggety, but somewhat homogeneously nuggety. I explain that probably to someone over a beer because it's quite complex, but in my view, but it's much better to drill from underground. So we'll be getting in mining. We'll also be drilling from underground. You know, given we've got an exploration target there at Foster's, which is just below where we're going to be mining at 524,000 tons, kilotons. And we're talking grades from 12.5 to 19 grams per ton. This is very high grade. And, we've got potential plunging from this all the way south. And we're quite excited by getting into mine and exploring at the same time. So that's 2024 for Vertex this year.
Well, thank you for your time today, Roger. It was great to have you back on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
That was Executive Chairperson of Vertex Minerals, Mr. Roger Jackson. And if you missed any part of that chat, you can catch the full interview on our YouTube channel at Kalkine Media, so make sure to subscribe. I'm Lauren Hayes. See you next time.